In September 2022, a West End audience was told that tonight's show will be performed as usual and as written. What musical were they about to watch, and why was this announcement necessary? So here's the thing. I know this. Oh, wait. Do we all know? Okay. All right,
I
Tom
don't
Scott,
know this.
Welcome to Lateral featuring Tom Scott.
Okay, so normally in this situation, we would drop the question and we would replace it with a spare. But this is answer in progress, and the three of you are now teaming up against me on the assumption that Sabrina and Melissa have both got the answer here.
I think this fun fact went viral on TikTok recently.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
Which explains why I haven't seen it. All right, good.
I'll give you some embellishment just for fun.
Well, I'm gonna come back with one straight away.
Okay.
I know this isn't the announcement they had, but I remember that something similar happened in the Billy Elliot musical the day after Margaret Thatcher died, which is about 10 years ago now, because Billy Elliot is set in the north of England, and it has a musical number, I think it opens Act 2, called Happy Birthday or Merry Christmas, Maggie Thatcher, something like that, and it is just an excoriation of her prime ministership, of the government at the time, of everything it did to the north. And the day after, they took an audience vote on whether they were still going to perform that song, and the audience almost unanimously were like, yes, we would like to hear this song about Margaret Thatcher now she's dead. But that is not the right year, and that is not the right musical.
You're on a the vibes are correct. And
the vibes are correct.
I think the reason this went viral on TikTok is because of our generation and our ability to just never take anything seriously.
Who died in September 2022 that has a musical about them?
Yeah.
It's not the Queen. They would have not dared do something like that for the Queen. The West End just shut down.
And we know that for a fact.
For the Queen, yes. The shows went dark. That also, the Queen wasn't September 22, was she? Everyone's staring at me. It's horrible being the only person not knowing this.
This is my favorite.
Do we know this for a fact, Tom?
Do we know this for so the West End for sure? Tom Scott, Mr. Man that knows things, for sure. 100%. The West End. It wouldn't have dared.
All of September, not a single musical.
Firstly, I'd have to be misremembering when the Queen died. And second, they kept the West End open? I thought everything shut down that night.
So I think you're misremembering when the Queen died. That's number one.
Okay, it's September 2022. Yeah. This is the Queen's death. Okay.
Yeah. So I know this for sure forever because the Queen's funeral was on my birthday. And so I will always know that the Queen died in September.
Okay.
Because that was a monumental day for me.
Okay, so maybe this was on the date of the funeral or something like that.
The Queen died on September the 8th, and Buckingham Palace actually requested that public performances should continue as usual.
Okay.
Yeah, so now the question is, what musical? Yeah.
I just have to run through the list of musicals I know in my head, and I'm stuck on like Phantom of the Opera, and I feel like that's not the musical in question here. The Queen musical.
I think if you think back to the Margaret Thatcher, Billy Elliot situation.
Yeah.
The contents of the musical matter.
There wasn't a musical about the life of Diana. There wasn't a...
That would be a wild musical.
The Crown, the musical.
The good news is that it's pretty immediate.
Yeah, it's like as soon as the show starts. So they just wanted to be like, hey guys, this might be a bit tone deaf, but we're running the show as it is. And it's the first.
So think of the opening lines to all the musicals you know, Tom.
I don't know that many opening lines to musicals, Sabrina.
Okay.
This is
a very like in the zeitgeist musical.
Okay, it could. Oh, was Beetlejuice running in London then? Because that opens with "Welcome to a Show About Death."
It's actually more tone deaf than that.
Oh no.
So let's run through some musicals.
This is awful. I hate this.
This is so good.
Not only am I the only one answering, I've got the basic facts wrong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is the thing that I loved. I was like, wow, Tom Scott, what are you without your right facts? Just another guy who doesn't remember things, just like all of us.
I'm going to need a hint on what the musical is. I can't think of any.
Okay.
Tom, would you say that you're green with envy?
Wicked?
Yes.
Oh, I have not seen Wicked. I have not seen the musical or the film. I've not read the book.
Yeah.
But I imagine it opens with something like The Wicked Witch is dead.
Yes. It actually starts with good news. She's dead.
No. Okay. Yeah, I was never going to get that one. All right. Yeah.
So
That was incredible.
that night, a member of staff had to walk onto the stage and go reference the recent news and say the show will continue as normal and there will be a minute silence after the curtain call. And then they would walk off the stage, the curtains would open, and they would go, good news, she's dead.
And then presumably pause for laughs. There's no way a British audience did not laugh at that moment.
The wickedest witch that ever was.
Yeah, very, very funny. But yeah, that was a fun remix of the show. That was Answer and Pro, that was Lateral featuring Tom Scott.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.